It's time to share one of my favorite little hacks, taught to me by Anna. You see, many speed reading teachers will tell you to use a pen or a finger to follow along with the text at the speed you wish to read. I mean, sure, this is better than reading without any form of visual pacer, but in my opinion, it sets you up for failure because it gives you the opportunity not only to do short, small fixations in line with the pen, but also to jump back on the text. This is the enemy of speed, and it allows you to maintain very, very bad habits. While you're learning, here's an important rule. Never, ever go back on a paragraph of text because you feel you missed something. If you really have to go back, train yourself that you can go back only after you've finished the whole paragraph and reviewed its markers to see how much you retained. By doing this, backskipping becomes a self-testing exercise, not a safety net. It'll be unpleasant, it'll itch, it'll burn, and it'll drive you crazy not to go back if you feel like you've missed something. But you have to break this habit. This is an absolute game changer. You have to get over this psychological notion that if you lose focus or drift off, it's no big deal because you can always go back. That fallback, that metaphorical net under the tightrope, is going to limit your learning, so just get rid of it. So you have permission to reread whole paragraphs or pages as many times as you need, but never stop and reread in the middle of a paragraph. As anyone who's studied habit change will tell you, one of the best ways to break a habit is to introduce friction, to make it a little bit harder to do that habit, even just a tiny bit. So to break this habit, we train with a card, usually an index card or a folded up piece of paper that covers up the entire page, and we cover the material that we've already read. The card goes not on the bottom, but goes on the top, and we're reading the line below it. If reading on a digital device, we simply scroll the lines so that what we've already read is immediately moved off the screen. The net effect is the exact same as the card or the piece of paper. Now, this is great because it prevents us from jumping back. It adds that level of friction and it forces us to go forward. Furthermore, keeping in mind that we've been training our peripheral vision and now we're able to see details a little further out, this is generally going to distract us, but it's actually better that it distract us with what's to come rather than distract us with what we've already read. It's sort of like a real-time pre-reading mechanism, if you will. Of course, you do not need to read with a card forever, and after a couple of weeks, your new habit will become automatic, and then you can ditch the card. But you might notice, as I personally did, that you like to use the top of the screen as a sort of pacer, and that you scroll in such a way that everything you've already read is cut off by the top of the screen. For now, however, get a card or fold a piece of paper in half in quarters so that it covers your reading material and start using it on the top, covering what you've already read.